What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol PSFE for Paysafe Limited. On the left-hand side, we are looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. Starting off by mapping out obvious areas of daily support and resistance, this level jumps off the page at me at $11.16 simply because we had prior support, then offering some resistance in some more recent trading sessions. To the downside, as support underneath that, certainly this area in here strikes me as important at $10.25 about simple support as well. So that's giving us a little bit of a range to the downside. To the upside, what would be critical targets up above? This one again is jumping off the page simply because prior support then turned resistance to the dime there at $12.72. That is quite a ways overhead. I would argue there's an intermediate level in here. If we do something like that, maybe that takes a bit more of a skilled eye to find, but prior support in here then turned to resistance, also resistance in there, also support in there, so maybe not. So 1175, right? That's another critical upside area. I will point out that we do have the 50 SMA looming right overhead. That is the blue line. Of course, the green line is the 200 SMA, and it's rather immature at this point in time. It's also way up there. I don't expect that it's tested immediately in the following sessions. That being said, let's shift our attention over to the 30-minute time frame chart, see if we made sense with those levels, and if there's anything that we're missing. Certainly this area 1116 strikes me as important. You can see those upper wicks, this area, backed off. Perfect. Is there anything that we missed from that perspective here? I would argue maybe this area in here, so maybe keep that on your radar as well at $10.84, simply because prior resistance, a little bit of support in here, the opening support there, a little bit of a bounce, right? You can see that lower wick and then upper wick back to back, wick here, and then that's where we bounce towards the close on today's trading session. So watch out for that. If we start to break down underneath it, I would just simply argue that we fill the daily gap, right? And that daily gap is, of course, down to about here, the high of, what was that, Thursday, in here around $10.48. We only start filling it if we move underneath $10.71. Both critical moving averages, 50 and 200, are mixed up in between. So maybe look for a small bounce there, but really filling the gap would be the ideal scenario here, especially with the inverted hammer that printed on the daily, right? So that indicates to us that there were stronger sellers. If you just think of it from a trend perspective, here was your big H for high of the day. We set a lower high, so LH, and now, of course, we took out this low, so technically a lower low in here. You could make the argument that this is in a beginning stages of a 30-minute downtrend. So favor the downside here in PFSE. Maybe it's a gap fill reversal, so look for any potential signs of hammer stick candles that form down here, maybe some signs of indecision with a doji candle, something like that, and then obviously take the break over those longs to work its way back up through this range. So those are my thoughts. It's not the cleanest chart. It's kind of sideways in this overall range down here. Keep in mind earnings are coming up around the corner. Watch for volume to sort of ramp up into that if there is any sort of strength behind whatever move would tend to develop here pre-earnings, and that's going to really wrap up the video. You have some levels to watch out for. Again, the setup here isn't overwhelmingly clear to me, so play this one with caution. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, let me know down below in the comments section or by simply leaving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked down below in the description, and all of that being said, we wish you a green trading week.